Uh-oh, yeah. You dripping sweat?
Yeah, it's the podcast. Hey, can we cuss? All this bullshit. All right, come on.
Okay.
Hey, what's going down? It's BEEZY, the Southeast BEEZY. We hold it down for the Unity Project. And I'm EXO, and you watching Real Deal with the Kill. No, Real Deal with the... Yeah, I got it right. We out. Alright, let me know when we start. Let me know when the mic's on.
It's a podcast.
The mic's on?
Pull it right now.
Fuck LeBron. Fuck that nigga.
Is that how we gonna start the show? It's already rolling. I'm not editing nothing. No. Look.
We might be in LA, man. We might need.
I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. This
LeBron putting them films out now.
Hey, look.
Go ahead.
This introduction to the show already.
Yeah.
So what EXO said just now, that's how we start the show.
Man, but we ain't born nothing though now. We ain't scared though now. He started in minutes. Shit.
He didn't mean that.
Look, man, look. Hey, baby, let me holler at you.
Guys that was going for LeBron to come to Houston. Now he ain't come. He in LA doing movies.
You wanted LeBron to come to Houston.
I didn't know. Honestly, I knew he wasn't come to Houston. I was like, he's not gonna come here.
Listen, bro.
He won't come here.
Listen, bro. You can't sit here and tell me I was somebody that wanted LeBron to come to Houston. You don't know that. So stop trying to put.
So you ain't go for that.
Stop putting the. I never went for nothing. So I don't bet on. Listen, I don't bet on sports. I don't do none of that. I just like watching. I'm a fan because I played, but it didn't matter to me. So you know what I'm saying? I'm happy with what our team got now. I felt like we could have won last year. I'm excited.
I agree. Chris
you
Paul,
feel me? Like I'm excited with our team we got. So
if Chris Paul stayed healthy, they got to the finals and lost.
I feel like we could at least probably made it there and really had a chance. You feel me?
So you just a Rockets guy.
Nah, I'm just a sports fan.
So who else? What about football? Who your team?
I don't have a team. I don't have a team in either sport.
Just a fan, period.
Yeah, I just love football.
Got you.
I'm the same way, man. I like players.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So who your guy in the NBA?
I ain't like Chris Paul. I always like little dudes that do big stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a little dude. Yeah. So I always go, you know, I've been an AI type dude my whole life, but I like players that I like just that got heart and that kind of represent me. That's why I say they got some dudes that's good, but they come off to me like they kind of soft, and it make it hard for me to go for them.
Right.
And then it's hard for me to go. I can't just pick a team because they got organizations be making dumb moves. I can't, you know what I'm saying? How I'm going to go for a team? I'm such a fan that the manager and the owner making dumb moves, and I still got to be a fan of that. Exactly.
Like Texas pissing me off right now. You know, I have no confidence in them.
Definitely
They pissing me off. Yeah. So every week I said they going to win against Tennessee. That didn't happen. I thought they was going to win their first home game. That didn't happen. So I'm like, damn, we going to lose Andrew Luck Sunday, then lose against the Cowboys?
The only thing going to happen is they going to run the ball first down every series.
I know.
That's the only most predictable.
Man, I hope it beat the Cowboys, because I do not want to hear nobody mouth in this.
Oh, no, for sure. If they lose to the Cowboys, LeBron should get fired the next day.
Texas not going to the playoffs, bro. Nowhere near there. They said last time a team started 0-3 was like in the 60s or 70s when
yeah.
So
right.
It's hard for me to even think of anything. I don't care if they win the next two games.
Yeah.
I don't.
And
the way they starting off and how it's been, Texas got to.
So let's do this. BEEZY, EXO, D-RECK. Let's talk about unity, cause that's what we here for, people. I was at the listening party Monday, you know, and one of the first question I wanted to ask was why now to start the unity with all the artists you have in your with the label.
You want me to start it off?
Well, yeah. Let's say I just want to clarify something real quick, and it's not with a label.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So most of these guys are doing their own thing, and I want everybody to know. You know what I'm saying? Anytime I do something with music, it's gonna be under the RECK Shop Records because that's me.
Right.
But all these guys have their own imprints. They all doing their own thing. And right now, I'm not even trying to sign anybody or anything. Mm-hmm. And I'll just go ahead, build on what you asked. It's because of the energy that's here.
Right.
It's because the talent that's here. And it's because it's that time right now. So, EXO had already been creating a platform like that for most of these guys that's emerging and that's already got things going, you know what I'm saying? And I saw that as well as a big fan of his production. You know what I'm saying? So when we got together and we hit it off, and it was like we just combined our thought process together. But take us out the equation, you can see the city itself. There's an energy right there right now, man. And, that's my piece on that.
Well, honestly, I don't really want to say now because honestly, like this is something that people been trying to do. I know I've been trying to do this 2-3 years ago.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think now it's just the way the energy going in the city. You know what I'm saying? And then like just multiple people being cool with being a part of it and actually giving it a try. You know what I'm saying? Like when me and D-Rec talked about it, I was like, hell yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because I already been trying to do it, but shit, you know how it is sometimes when you're doing something by yourself, it's harder to, you know what I'm saying, get it where you wanted to get. So when you got more people, you know what I'm saying, D-Rec might be pop over there, pop over there. I might have a little pull here, pull over there, and put it all together and shit, and then it work, you know? So
I think it's something a lot of artists, whether it's in Houston or anywhere, a lot of artists always talk about it and, play with the idea. But I think the fact that, they did take it upon themselves to go further and put it together, I think that's what's going to separate it from everything else, because like you said, nobody signed, so ain't no obligation to do it. So the fact that everyone did come together and make it happen, I think that's the beautiful part about it.
So with the talent you see in Houston right now, is it fair to like try to like rank them as far as different areas of Houston? Because back then in the 90s, you had Big Mo, you had ESG, you had Fat Pat, and everybody else. Is it fair to rank? What would you rank the core talent now in Houston as opposed to back in the day?
I don't think that's a legitimate question. Like if you really like once you get in tune with real artistry, that's like trying to compare, different positions on a basketball court. That's like trying to compare something that can't be compared. Now you can say who might be the most developed or ready to take their career, you know what I mean, to the next step. You know what I'm saying? That's a more apple.
Well, I can ask you the difference between artists now with the ones you seen back then when you first came along. Like they're probably the mindset or mentality or something.
Same thing, man. I mean, I know if you just talking about talent, you can't compare. It's like trying to compare Jordan to LeBron. You can argue about it all day.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? You really can't say it. It was a different way, different style of music. But the thing about it is I was so close to that to where when they try to say like the music that these guys doing now, it ain't an artist out here that I don't hear some of our stuff in it. So it's in their DNA. Right. You feel me? And it's still Houston. It might have got swagged up a little bit, or it might got a little bit more lyrical over here. It might be a little bit of this. But is it the culture is in their DNA? Because the music just represent where you at. You know what I'm saying? And what time it is. Yeah. You feel me? So these cats equally as talent, it's just a different time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because there's one song I do like on that project y'all played at the party with you and Boston George. What it's called Type Shit.
Oh yeah.
That's the song that really stuck out to me. Yeah. So how did you and Boston George come along? Y'all been did music together? You two?
I've been doing music with Boston and kind of just helping him. You know, sometimes he listens, sometimes he don't. But these days he's listening a little more.
Yeah, because he came late as hell last time to the
not listening, but he getting there.
Yeah,
he getting there. That's
the game was damn near over when he came.
Made an entrance.
People leaving out there.
Made an entrance. I know. I told him, but yeah, me and Boston been doing music, for a long time. But kind of how Type Shit kind of came. We kind of already had the record. You know what I'm saying? And I'm working on his new project. He signed to CTE with Young Jeezy now. Right. So I'm working on his new project right now that they about to put out, and I end up playing the record while we was in the studio. And he kind of just was like, "Whoa, what is this, bro?" He was like, "Man, this whole kind of hard." He was like, "Bro, I need to be on this," and I was like, "Shit, get on that motherfucker." We really was done.
Right.
But when he said he'd get on it, I was just like, "Get on it, bro." Shit, you know what I'm saying? And then shit, he was like, "Fuck it." He did it, and I send it straight to D-Boy, send it straight to mixing, and we.
It's funny you said Jeezy, because I listened to that song. I said, man, this dude sounds just like Jeezy. I was gonna be like, oh, why these? Because y'all played the song like 3-4 times. So I was like, man, this dude. The more I listen to it, I'm like, man, it sounds just like Jeezy. Then I listened to D Flowers. I'm like, bro, he sounds just like Kevin Gates.
Man, Flowers is hard, bro. I just came across his music not too long ago. I think it might have been through EXO or whatnot. But man, that nigga hard, bro.
Right.
That nigga hard.
He really got something. He really got something.
Voice. He's saying something, so I think he's gonna be one of the next next to blow.
Good thing I like too, man, is because I'm always trying to sell artists.
Right.
He good at selling himself.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times it's hard for artists to figure out what direction they want to take themselves in that they can stick to.
Mm-hmm.
And I can see he already identified that I represent poverty. You know what I mean? Like, so when you figure out what, as an artist, when you figure out for sure what you selling, you know what I mean? It just take your artistry to a whole nother level because it stop you from being all over the place.
Right.
So I'm curious to see how that's going play out, man, because I feel like he almost creating like a lane almost of his own, and it fit his persona. You know what I'm saying? So I'm on that too.
Because there's other guys like B King and Sauce Walker. Then you got BEEZY, you got EXO. Who's that one artist that people should be looking out for that's on the come up that a lot of people really just don't know about right now?
You're asking the wrong person because
inside of Houston.
Inside. He's like people that's inside of Houston that really don't listen to Houston music like that. Because you still have those people. Like the B Kings, the EXOs, Sauce Walker.
Is Fast Lane out of that conversation? If he not, is he in the?
Well,
conversation?
I think him and
I think he's still in the conversation though. His record, because
what I mean, conversation.
It hasn't grew outside
of. I mean, when he say
what the question
King,
really is.
Some
is
people
he in that lane or is he still on the?
Because
line?
some people outside of Texas know who Sauce Walker and B King is.
Yeah.
So let's take outside of Texas.
I would say I think Fast Lane still is in that conversation of the next up who maybe not too many people know of. I think everyone in the city know, but I think right now what I see organically is like when the people outside of the city come here, a lot of people are trying to make them aware of Fast Lane because of what he's done in the city. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I don't know if there's a.
Because in Houston, for me, I didn't know who Young Lyric and D Flowers was until that day. Okay. So for me too, I'm the same person. I'm the same way. I know who y'all are. I know who B King, Sauce Walker. So you say OTB for people outside.
Fast Lane and D Flowers for sure.
So who you say inside?
Young Al too. I put his name in there.
Yeah. So those people that you would say inside Houston as well that people really don't know about. You think?
You still know about outside.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. I don't know if you
saying as far as outside, he's speaking as far as outside.
Yeah.
Inside, then it's a little different. You know what I'm saying? My answer would be completely D Flowers. That would be my answer. D Flowers. A couple people know him, but people don't really know about him. But the boy is dangerous.
Right.
Music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what do y'all see? What do y'all see Houston within the next 5 to 10? Like, how far do y'all see it going?
I think in the next 3, we're gonna kind of be a little more in a conversation in the markets outside.
Because I asked that because I remember we all know 05, 06, they took off.
Right.
And then I had on Dr. Teeth on the show, and I asked him, I said, man, because he was doing the music videos and everything. I asked him, man, what happened to the sound of Houston when we was on top? And then he spoke on saying that, hey, it was a bunch of, egos and small things that was going on within.
Right.
Do you think Houston could get back to that level where everybody in Houston like just put out music in its mainstream, or is that the right y'all probably don't want to take?
I think right now it's literally in the works.
Like,
the names you mentioned, Walk, B King, Fast Lane, all of them on BET Jams, like right now.
And then you got to think like our era. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying their era didn't though, because I know their era did too. But like our era, we want to be big. We want to be huge. You know what I'm saying? We feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be as big as Michael Jackson one day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so we expecting that. You know what I'm saying? I know as far as the ones like us, we expecting that. We expecting the next 3 years for us to have at least 3-4 main artists out here really moving it,
And that is the difference in it. You know what I mean? Like, and I think sometimes that's what we try and bring back now. That's why I keep telling you, sometimes to get the world to pay attention to you, got to pay more attention to right here. You know what I'm saying? Right. So sometimes the artists be a little bit, I get it. We all want it, especially now, because there ain't no bread in between. See, we had bread in between.
Yeah.
These guys ain't got no bread like that, like we had in between.
Right.
We can go sell 100,000 records and make $1 million.
Yeah, but get it as easy. You still get it, but what you saying?
Yeah, and I mean, I ain't gonna get into the complexity of it, but we're in a single driven market right now. We was in an album driven market.
Right.
So the same, but a single still make a record sale.
Mm-hmm.
So you still if you had spent 30 grand or 40 grand to break a single, you still got to spend 30 or 40 grand to break a single. The only difference was you had to pay $13.99 and get the whole album.
I was just finna say that.
Now you get 89 cents.
Mm-hmm.
So it's artists, they got more money. There's a bigger pot at the top, but on the way up, they gotta stay skinny a little longer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
you can't help but wake up like, nigga, I'm ready to blow up.
Right.
Whereas for us, we was getting bread the whole way up. So after when you took the region, you already was starting to have a lot of money, man, and the shows and stuff. So like I said, man, I'm here to try to help these guys make that type of sense out this.
Right.
How do we take independent? That's a bad word right now, independent.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody like, I can't wait to get a deal. And I don't blame them because there ain't no money down here. Even the D-boys didn't quit throwing money at this sometimes.
Right.
So trying to come up with a way where it's appealing to people to make sense, to get behind these guys in the earlier stages of it and make it really make financial sense. That's what I'm here trying to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm here. That's my involvement with getting back involved with this. I played that sport. I'm already, you know what I mean? I feel like I want to see somebody else. I'm trying to get into a more executive and try to help build the structure of this thing.
So I read something about when back then you sold like, I want to say 30,000 units with an album back then, and that was a lot back then.
Man, no, I was.
Well, I seen one. I seen one.
That was a terrible record. I'm just saying, on my good records.
Put some respect on it, man.
Yeah. On our good records,
Yeah.
just straight independent, we was doing a couple hundred, 250. Yeah, that's on that, and that's like within a year. Like the first year of the record.
I'm just saying,
on
like
City of Serve, stuff like that, we crossed 200,000 copies. Pat, Ghetto Dreams, we crossed that in about 2 years.
I wasn't talking about total. I was talking about just on one album.
On a bad day, though.
On one album?
Yeah.
I'm talking about one album is an album. There wasn't no singles.
That's what he's saying. A record is an album.
You didn't have no.
You talking about the album? Sold 200,000.
You saying that's on a bad day.
Regardless, we sold a lot of records.
That's what I'm saying.
Man.
A lot back, like it was, and that was great because, like you say, independent wasn't.
If I could sell 30,000 records right now at $10 a piece, I'd be doing this all day.
Yeah.
I eat this game up.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not doing that because that ain't what it is right now.
Yeah.
That'd be 30,000 times 89 cents.
Right. So how y'all feel about the notion now that you hear sometimes when people say that a lot of older rappers or artists back then don't help out the younger rappers? Because sometimes you hear that, especially in the city. That's why you see people that like move out of Houston and they become bigger than what they was.
I'd rather talk on that. You know what I'm saying? If y'all cool with that.
Yeah.
You know?
I
feel like everybody
they want to know as
no lie, yeah.
Speak at it on it as an OG, and then we'll speak on it, as an artist, as the newer, you know what I'm saying?
And that's my bad, because it is what it is. But I think sometimes they don't know how.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I think artists are artists. And I think sometimes when you're an artist, you're not meant to be an executive. You know what I mean? Now, it look like it makes sense. You'd be like, why so-and-so ain't putting so-and-so on? Man, their main agenda is to put their cell phone. Yeah. And a lot of our artists right now ain't reached just that real plateau of I'm going to kick back and give back. Some of them cats still trying to do what they got to do to pay their mortgage and their cars.
Yeah.
But that ain't really just in their DNA either, to go out and really, man, you got to put a lot into somebody else to play this role. You know what I mean? Like you got, like cats like D-Boy, you know what I mean? You really got to be working hard for somebody else, building a brand, you know what I mean, for somebody else. And a lot of times that kind of go against the mentality of an artist, you know what I'm saying? In my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So on the project, how many songs on the album coming up?
I cut y'all out like that.
Y'all want to speak on it?
No.
It don't matter. It's whatever y'all want. We can or we can move on.
Oh, you can talk on it. I thought you were going to say something.
I think at one point there was a stigma kind of floating around, but I think that was years ago. I think right now a lot of the OGs are doing what they can organically. I don't think nobody's going out their way because, like you said, man, a lot of these young dudes be expecting someone to pass a baton, not realizing they still in the race. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of these OGs or older people are still doing the same things that we're doing as well. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's one thing. And then another thing, we got to stop expecting a handout. You know what I'm saying? We got to put in the same work that they put in as well. You know, and I think, like I said, I think it was a little stigma a couple years ago, but it ain't been nothing like that recently. A lot of OGs been putting people on record, putting the new cats on records, and it's been likewise. When I know when I ask any OG, Bun, Slim, anybody, it's not even a question. You know what I'm saying? So the whole OG, new G, not showing support, man, I think that's been out the window. You know what I'm saying? I think if you've been in Houston and you an artist, you can see everybody working together organically. You know what I mean? Like, that's just me.
Yeah, I know. X, you said Monday that you was that you really don't rap on a lot of songs, but the songs you've been on, it sounds fucking dope when you rap on it, like Off the Lot, of course, and then you got the song with Type Shit. But I know you say you do like more like producing. Do you want to plan work rapping on more songs like in the future?
I mean, I really have a lot of music out. It's just I meant more so. You know, my music is more singy, melodic-y. It's more that way than more like just straight rap where it's a whole bunch of bars.
Right.
It's more of a vibe. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I meant more. So now it's a little more rapping. Now it's a little more bar similes. XO boy, he going off. You know what I'm saying? It's a little more of that now.
Right.
That's basically what I meant.
So when should we expect the project to come out? Cause you said it's 13 or 14 songs on it.
How much is it? Ain't it something like that?
It's 14 songs.
14.
When's the date on the release date?
Yeah, we finna market this record correctly. We got some tentative dates, but we still putting together the schedule. You know what I'm saying? Just being real. I mean, we looking at 30, 45 days away from. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
So roughly like a month and
a half. But yeah, but the main thing is, like I said, man, is to make sure that we market the shit out of it, you know what I mean, and give it a good look, man, and not just throw it out there. They didn't need me to just throw a record out there, so.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure, man. But I appreciate y'all coming through. For real.
I appreciate you having me.
For sure, man. Real Deal with Akil, BEEZY, XO, RECK, we out.
We out, bitches. Oh.
You just want to argue.
He said we can cuss.